Talk about that long overdue, underwhelming ban list. Now, in some perspective, or the perspective, we've been waiting for this list for over 6 months now. And I've only been trying to get back in this game for maybe a month now, maybe two. I don't know. So I haven't waited as long as you guys, but I know I felt very underwhelmed. So I can only imagine the rage, the sadness, the confusion when this list dropped for most of you guys. I mean, this list screams just all about the money. I know it's Konami. I know it's a business. I know that's their main goal is to make money. But like, can you at least, I don't know, do both at the same time? I mean, like, I was looking at this list. I wrote it down here, and there's I don't really count the semi-limited and no longer on the list cards because I feel like they don't affect the list or the meta as much. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Zodiac, the rat tattoo that does help, but I mean, the slumber and the wisdom eye magician, does that really affect the metagame that much? I don't think so. So we'll talk about the big stuff, the ban and limited. Now, if you look at this as a whole, there was, not counting the semi-limited and no longer on the list, there was only 3 cards and all the ban cards that got banned that were, I guess you could say, relevant to the game, or basically they weren't reprints or erratas. I mean, yes, Vanny's Emptiness got reprinted before, but I mean, like, Kieran, the Tyrant Neptune, and Vanny's Emptiness are all cards that, I don't know about the Neptune. I actually don't really know what that does. I had to look that up because I haven't played against it since I've been back. But Kieran I was playing, and Vanny's Emptiness I was playing. And sorry about the shakiness. I noticed. Hold on, let me see here. All right, so I mean, these were a long time coming. I feel, especially Vanny's Emptiness. I'm surprised I stayed around for that long. I thought, to be honest, I thought maybe Strike would get hit in some capacity, but I was just guessing there. But then after that, limited, we got Max C. That's a strange one. I thought Kaminami liked to punish people for overextending. I guess not. I feel that's one of those key cards that, it punishes your opponent, like I said, for overextending. So why would you limit that to one? I don't really agree with that. Teach their own. And then we got Rescue Cat, Bryonic, Brain Control, Future Fusion, and Imperial Order. All these cards are getting errata in this new set that Konami is about to release. So all these money grab cards. And to me, I've always been a fan of not, if you're going to unban something from the ban list, just make it the original one. Don't try to errata it, which they do to so many cards. And to me, it just doesn't make sense because it's like, just leave that in the past. That's certain times of Yu-Gi-Oh! I know, there's so many people that get hyped every time something comes off the ban list, even when they're errata. They're like, oh, look at this, and they think that it's going to be great for them. And they're going to play the same deck that they did when it was off the list, or they're going to add it into their new deck, and then they realize that their errata just makes it usually pretty trash. And they get upset. Even though Bryanak and Mermails, that's insane. Imperial Order, too, that I feel like that's a win card right there. I mean, you do all your stuff, and then your opponent plays a spell, and you're just like, Imperial Order. Yeah, sure, you have to pay for a mandatory now, and you can't just get rid of it like in the old days. But you could MST it yourself when you're done, ready to use it. And it's just, that doesn't make sense to me. I'm just not a huge fan of this list in general, just because I felt it was more of a money grab than a help list. Like, I mean, this is like a 3-month list. You know what I mean? Like every 3 months you release a list. This is those kinds of lists. But over 6 months and this is all you came up with? I don't know about you. I'm disappointed. Let me know how you guys feel. But I'm just underwhelmed. A little upset. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Just like most of you will. Still get over it. Adjust. Adapt. We in there. I'm out.